Hey, Wixman Ray here. We got Tuesday, May 12th, 2026 here. That's today, 8:18 p.m. Central Time, where I'm at. Um, yeah, so I'll try to show you this. It's starting to get dark out here on the east, but this is my preferred satellite loop. But I'll show you this and then maybe switch it over to the IR to give you a better view of the east. But yeah, we got two storms across the U.S. Well, we got a third one coming on shore. So we got some clouds from the one offshore of the west coast coming in. Not a lot of precip with that. There's some precip showing up with these clouds you see out over the Rockies back here in the west. But most of it's probably real light, not hitting the ground. But we'll take a look at our radar and see if we can determine that. And then we got this low pressure spinning up there across the UP of Michigan. That's bringing some rain up across Michigan and up into parts of Ohio and back through Illinois. I think there's a few showers back through northern Missouri, but that's about it with that. I think the rain might be starting to move into New York, maybe Pennsylvania, but most of the rain is actually kind of north of the Canadian border. So, yep. And then we got this system down across the south. It's slowly going to be moving out tonight. We still got some rain across Georgia, I think a little bit in South Carolina, southern parts of those states, and got some off and on showers and thunderstorms across Florida there. So really, that's about it. Those two big weather systems, and then we got the next one that'll be coming in this week across the west here. This is our infrared here, so yeah, you kind of get just a little better perspective of what's going on. Yeah. So kind of same idea. Got the clouds extending back through Missouri. We had a little bit of cloud cover through Kansas City. It looks like it's dipped south of us. It's kind of cleared out where I'm at now. I'm on the northern part side of the city, but yeah. So yeah, it looks like we're in the clear. Don't really think we'll see too much in the way of severe with that, but we'll take a look at our outlook, our convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center here in a minute. So that's it for the satellite. That was pretty quick and easy, quick and dirty. High and dry across the west. I mean, mostly there are a few showers out there here and there across the west. Maybe a few out in Oregon. Maybe there's some stuff hitting the ground. Could be maybe a pop of lightning out there, but clap of thunder. Pretty warm in Seattle, 76, 78 Portland, 80 in Medford, so really warm. That's the story across all the west. Boise's up to 93, look at that. 87 in Elko, 86 in Reno, so it's gotten pretty warm out there. 90 in Salt Lake City, 102 in Vegas. It looks like it's in the 90s across the Central Valley of California, 105 in Phoenix. Got 93 in El Paso and 89 in Albuquerque. So, and then you see a few little popcorn showers. A lot of this probably isn't reaching the ground unless it's over higher terrain. It might be some light stuff, light rain, but really not much to speak of. So we're not going to talk about it too much. And as you get up into the north, some 70s back here in Wyoming and Montana. Same thing in the Dakotas, 70s, all the way down through Nebraska. You start hitting 80s into Kansas. At least at one place, Wichita's 84. The rest of them are even 70s in Oklahoma. 90 out there in western Texas. So 90s and then 70s and 80s across most of Texas. The South's the same, kind of 70s. Still got some 60s, but back here across the southeast, looks like where they have a little more clouds. You see that rain? They might have a little clap of thunder, mainly down near the Gulf Coast, down here near Apalachicola down there. But yeah, most of the rain's up in southern Georgia, and then you got some scattered areas of showers and storms across Florida, all the way across the state there. So, but nothing severe really. As you head up through the Carolinas in the 60s, there it's almost 9:30 in the evening. So a nice evening out there. Kind of the same way in the mid-Atlantic in the 60s, and that extends out through Kentucky and Tennessee, 60s and 70s. Um, Up into the Northeast, it's still a little bit cool up there in the 40s, 50s back through New York. We got the rain there coming into western New York. It looks like around Buffalo, even up into northwest Pennsylvania, northern Ohio, and then this is the cold front. It's getting some rain across, southern Michigan all the way down through Indiana and Illinois, and a little bit back into Missouri. Pretty. Otherwise, that's about where it ends out there in Missouri. Looks like there's a couple thunderstorms up here across northern Michigan, up near where that low pressure is, where the stronger dynamics are. So, like I said, the southern part is just lacking in moisture. I mean, we'll just look at the low level dew points. I mean, they're in the 40s out ahead to the front. They're a little bit higher out here in Kansas City, but there's no forcing back here. The front's so weak back here, we're not going to get much. So it was in the 50s out here, but even that's kind of marginal, at least surface level moisture. Yeah, so yeah, a little bit chilly back behind this. Got some 30s and 40s here. Most of the 30s are up on the Canadian side. Got some 40s up there in Duluth and International Falls. The rest of Minnesota's in the 60s. That's really all there is to say. So, just got these two systems. This one's departing, so we'll just have this one through the next day or two, and then we'll have a new one out west. So that's what we got going on here. Go ahead and go back to our. I was thinking about showing you the European model, but I changed my mind. So, so like I mentioned, here's that low pressure up there, up near Michigan and Lake Superior, with the front extending back through the Kansas and Missouri up through Illinois and Michigan. And then we still got this showing that stuff over Florida and southern Georgia. It's showing some of that spotty showers out west. So as we go through tomorrow, so you see that tomorrow morning, it looks like the rain really starts coming into the northwest there in Washington and Oregon. Looks like there'll be some high mountain snow, and this is through about midday out there. This thing looks like a low's developed offshore, but there still might be a few showers near the coast of Georgia, maybe near Savannah, and then across Florida, some showers and storms. And then you see this low slowly moving to the east with the front extending across the northeast down through like West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Just have some rain through midday. As we go into the afternoon and evening, this front kind of moves towards the east coast from, say, near D.C. into Virginia and all along the east coast up into the northeast. It'll be wet. Might be a couple showers and storms on the tail end, but not much to write about. Still be some lingering stuff across Florida tomorrow evening, and then you can see this stuff across the northern Rockies. Then some spotty showers out over Utah and Colorado. And then here's that stuff I talked about. What you get going on at night here is you get the low-level jet. At the nose of the low-level jet, you get some convergence going on. This is all meteorological terms, but I'm explaining it to you. And you'll get showers, and you'll basically get thunderstorms developing late at night, so near around midnight through the morning, and then you see it kind of just dissipates by midday tomorrow. So across Oklahoma, Kansas, maybe even clipping into near the Kansas City area and parts of western Missouri and up into Nebraska through the morning hours. So we'll see if that develops. They should be pretty isolated, but might be a couple storms rumbling through there tomorrow night through the Thursday morning. And then you see that low is kind of moving up into Canada, so a lot of the rain is now like just near the border of Montana and North Dakota up there. But this thing will start bringing a cold front through the plains. We'll see a little more chances of showers and storms, albeit isolated. As you go through Thursday, that front slowly moves east. You can kind of see it's up across the northeast and it trails over the Atlantic. So that'll be slow to move out. So it'll be kind of unsettled through the week across the northeast with that lingering rain. Some few showers behind it, but nothing too big. Looks like Florida may start dry out towards Thursday as that front that was near them moves away. And here's what I was talking about for Thursday afternoon. So maybe some spotty stuff from West Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, up into the Dakotas and Minnesota. Maybe some spotty thunderstorms tomorrow, or not Thursday afternoon and evening, and that'll spread into maybe northern Missouri. But like I've been mentioning for the past several days, we got high pressure out over the Gulf, which is cutting off the deep Gulf moisture. So that's really what you need to see a good line of storms developing across the plains and then have some severe weather. So the severe weather will be limited on Thursday. If there is any, it'll be very isolated. But my bet is against any severe weather, but you can never say there won't be one or two storms, even with lack of moisture. So, especially with this, pretty good frontal system moving into the plains with this energy. Even though you see all the low pressure way up here, there's going to be upper level energy moving across the middle part of the country. So that there might be enough forcing aloft in the upper levels to kick off a couple storms. But even that, they may or may not be severe. So enough said about that. Basically, the bottom line is when there's not enough moisture, don't really count on a whole lot of severe weather. All right, so as we go through Friday, that rain is really slow to move out of the northeast with that low. But it looks like it looks like it tries to push out by Friday night into Saturday, and it finally dries out. But as we get through the day on Friday, so this front moves out into the Midwest and Great Lakes, and it's just real spotty with the moisture out here. There might be some hit and miss thunderstorms all scattered all over the place out here, but trying to nail down where it's going to be at is going to be a little difficult because of the lack of moisture that I've been talking about. And then there's that other wave, and we saw that yesterday when we were looking. There's a couple waves, another wave coming across the northwest, so a little bit of rain out there. Also, the west will cool down, especially the northern half of the west. The northern half will probably drop, at least 10 degrees, 10 to 15 degrees with these systems. The southern half, maybe 5, maybe 10 degrees, but it's not going to cool off that much. I would say 10 degrees would be the limit down south, but maybe mostly 5 degrees. So instead of maybe 102, it might be 95 or 97 down in Phoenix or something like that. So, anyways, that's what I'm saying. So, and then once again, it looks like the Gulf slowly opens up on Saturday. So you're starting to see a little more showers and thunderstorms. This looks like the frontal boundary kind of running across the center part of the country from Missouri over through the Ohio Valley into this area. So there might be some showers and storms there on Saturday. Yeah, you see that. And then you see another system coming out of the Rockies here, and then we're starting to see more rain and thunderstorms along this warm front. This looks like a warm front that develops out here along, and this is kind of a stationary front back here that connects to that warm front. So kind of a complicated forecast, but there's a couple pieces of energy causing this, but I'm not going to get into showing you that. So yeah, so that's what's going to happen on Saturday. I won't go any farther. I say that and then I show you Sunday. Yeah, Sunday you start seeing more out through the southern plains. So, but yeah, the bottom line is it's going to get a little more better chances for the weekend for severe thunderstorms across the middle part of the country. So something to keep an eye on and just have in the back of your mind if you live out here or traveling out here or visiting or whatever it may be. So that's about it. This is going to be a short video. It looks like a convective outlook here. So day one, really nothing to tell you. So we'll just skip to tomorrow. So tomorrow, they along the front out there, yeah, marginal risk. Um, like I said, probably not going to see a whole lot, maybe a storm or two. But my professional opinion is I can see why they drew this, but with the lack of moisture, it may not happen. But there could always be one or two. Out here, there's some strong dynamics, so yeah, maybe something will happen out here. So either way, whatever happens out here is going to be very isolated. So out here across the west, Montana, I can definitely see that. So out here in the Panhandle of Texas, okay, they must be seeing something. Kind of moisture starved, but there you go. All right, I won't say anything more about that. And then day three, so this is for Thursday, right? Stand by. What is today? Tuesday? When? Yeah. So yeah, Thursday. Yes, Thursday system. It threw in a slight risk over Kansas. So, and that's what that that front that's coming out. There's that big low pressure up here, and then that front that comes out. So, okay, we'll see what happens there. They're seeing something, but whatever happens, it'll be very isolated, I think, because of just that lack of moisture. So that's what my take on that. So, and then you look into the extended. So day four is Friday, so nothing. But look at this, Saturday and Sunday. This is what I've been telling you. Saturday and Sunday looks like severe because they finally get the moisture. So Saturday they're looking at Oklahoma, Kansas, over almost to Kansas City area, at least squeaking into northwest Missouri and then southern Nebraska. So I can definitely see that. And then day six, kind of the same area, expanding a little farther into Iowa, and just a little bit different shape. So same general area, just stretched out a little more to the north and north and west. So yeah, so so they're agreeing with my my take is on Saturday and Sunday. That's going to be our best chance of severe. So. And I'll start talking about that more tomorrow. I just skimmed over it today, but I mean we're still at Tuesday, so that's still 4-5 days out from today. So I've been trying to stick within the 3 to 4 day period because things change, but the models seem pretty consistent, at least the last 2 days. So. All right. Really, that's all I've got for you today. I didn't really plan on anything else to tell you. I'm not going to show you the temperatures. I just clicked on it, but I haven't updated it. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on for today. I mean, some unsettled weather is the story, but really not that bad for most of you. The trend will be to cool across the northern, the northeastern part of the U.S. And by that, I don't mean the traditional Northeast. I'm talking like, say, from, maybe North Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, northward, with that next front that comes down with this front here. It'll cool it down across this area. And maybe not in Missouri, more like Iowa and Illinois. But that'll cool down for a day or two before the ridge shifts over here into the middle part of the country and warms us back up. So, and then this one, the heat is on right now, but today will probably be their last day of triple digits. I think tomorrow Phoenix and then that area will probably hit the upper 90s. They could still hit a triple digits, but they're going to start dropping a few degrees, and definitely the northern part will drop. So anyway, so that's kind of the trend. Cooler out west and cooler across the northeastern part, the northeastern third, I'll call it, of the United States, and a warming trend across the midsection here towards mid to late week. So And it looks like by the weekend, the Northeast might start finally warming up. So, but we'll investigate that a little more as we talk about that more tomorrow. So, that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys. I've just been rambling today. My thoughts aren't all together, I guess. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. This is Wixman Ray here. Please like and subscribe. Please share this with others and let them know about our channel. Um, my whole goal is to educate you on weather and science in general. Sometimes I might talk about something that, if anything comes up, like maybe a volcano or earthquake pops up here or there, or a typhoon or something. You've seen that in the past. I'll talk about it. So, but until then, this is Wixman Ray out.